winter jackets.
Why?
Because I don't like them. Or, I mean, I have this thing. Oh, but I wear this with leggings. I could wear leggings.
Yeah.
Should I wear leggings or jeans?
Whatever you think will be
warmer. EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
I'll try it on and I'll show you.
On an absolutely perfect late autumn night, no better place to be than Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
One of the classiest quarterbacks in the NFL, and always in a difficult position because he has the skills to be a starter, but there's usually a youngster behind him that they're grooming and they want on the field. But when given an opportunity to be the guy, he's led teams to the playoffs, and he's also gone to the Pro Bowl. A great combination of arm and legs, not to mention a brilliant mind.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. Oh, able to avoid him. This time a spin. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there right off the bat. 45 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Complete. It's Johnson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. They go play action with Taylor. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Tyrod Taylor. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Jets march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 7-0.
Dolphins, nothing.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a Tyrod Taylor touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
In motion goes the tight end. Now Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 40 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But one thing we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
After the interception, here's Taylor. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Taylor. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
And he is caught. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Taylor. It's caught. Mitchell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Taylor to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Taylor's going to keep this. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Tyrod Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Folk connects on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Tyrod Taylor touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. And it'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. This is caught inside the 15. They're all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 76 yards. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Off the play fake, here's Taylor. That is incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Taylor to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jay Tufele able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tyrell Dotson there on the tackle. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Now Taylor. This pass out wide to Hall. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So on 4th down, Austin McNamara comes on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. Well, the Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting set for this next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Up the middle, H.N. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Tua going to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 9 yards that time.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they can at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And Waller taking it in over the middle. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Patterson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando and Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The third quarter begins with a run by Achane. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On play action, here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On the ground, it's Ollie Gordon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That was going to step up and run. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. And wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Tua. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So they end up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
And the punter bailing on now as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt. No return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And most of the time, it's always demonstrated as something that battles with the very weak against your skill. For instance, ever since Aaron started coaching regularly in 2019, he has earned billions of views.
Looking to put a drive together.
Like making the world's largest pizza, spending $100,000 on Facebook Marketplace, and breaking 100 years.
They go play action now, Taylor. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little game.
The coach is always hard on the quarterback, reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
They'll try to sneak with Taylor, and he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
But they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talked about in different games, those guys will come.
Great coverage downfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Taylor. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. Here's Taylor. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And unable to connect incomplete. And give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
So how can we go from the expectations of accuracy, which was extremely poor? Naturally, the altitude community felt displayed by what they saw as unprofessional and careless practices. In response, Linus and the team released a 20-minute apology video.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, right at the 30.
But the community's response was divided.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 and the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Now he'll tuck this and run. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Why it did, because there are. I'm really sorry if I've been hurt or disappointed with all of this. Being in the position I should be. With building himself a new type of audience,
back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
Consequences, both PewDiePie and Linus Tech Tips managed to bounce back over time. By owning their mistakes and showing consistent accountability, they slowly earned back the trust of their audiences and their partners. Because at this level, redemption is still on the table. The damage was serious.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with the struggles they've had putting points on the board, he's the one who's had the breakthrough, trying to find him again for another one to try and add to their total.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's caught. Nick Westbrook Akine with it. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Much of his criticism came after his mother's skills. A number of videos being made also violated the use laws.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
At the time, Snifield was one of YouTube's biggest creators, with more than 13 million
They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Tua.
Instead of using the tension,
Work in the middle of the field, he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Again, running right, H.M. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. In motion is Westbrook-Akina. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
In many cases, it's a kind of disgusting behavior from the creator, refusing to
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And no one embodies it better than Logan Hill.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. That is caught. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Also known as the
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking to pass. Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins. Darren Waller from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken a 4th quarter lead. Quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt the horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because you had the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A good drive by the time as they go 9 plays in all. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller.
We are now remembered only as cautionary examples of self-destruction, but regulatory deficits don't happen overnight. They're the result of long-term manipulation. The creator is deceiving their audience.
Patterson back out there to send this one away.
Until there's nothing left of it. 52-9 is one of the clearest examples of this stage of fun.
And he takes this nearly 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And New York set to take the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Looking to put a drive together. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So he stopped for no gain. And that will bring up 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Here's Taylor to throw. And it's complete to Mitchell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1. They'll sneak it with Taylor. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. This is 1st and 10. Now it's Taylor.
So we will be going over everything in this video.
He's got it wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, we will also be doing 2 videos on this video that is in the comment down below or also in the description. There's a lot to over, so make sure
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
First off, the biggest thing is the OG pass, which is absolutely fire. We have 3 guaranteed skins and also 3 secret pages that are locked.
Now Taylor.
There's
a short one that's caught by Taylor. Flash the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Now 2nd and 4.
Taylor.
Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Now moving over to the map. This is the map that we have right now. However, we will be getting the ice.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Now it's Taylor. They'll drop this off. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
That simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they coughed it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Once the ice melts or after the ice melts. We're not too sure when we will be getting the Infinity Blade, but it is actually there. Now let's use our glider leader player that was just introduced into the game mode to fly down over to Frosty Flights. This building is a little bit messed up, but not going to be that big of a deal. But the biggest thing I want to take a look at is also
we got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
At first glance does have fuel, however, these are infinite fuel. I think this is just to make it easier and get it more if you can use fuel. It's really this infinite fuel that it wasn't for the power to do.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Guys, the amount of detail that every game is built into
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the 45, that should just about seal it. Such an important, well-executed touchdown. That caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before the season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's be strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
Especially with the opponents that have
extra point try now for Patterson. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
Pretty annoying, but you have to really look good. And this is one of the biggest things that they do usually is really happy about, especially if you've been playing for a while. And build needs the correct zip-line spot right there. And also there's no ascenders. But Steerville does have extra zip lines and ascenders still. This is probably one of the best changes that the Wings has done. It really diversifies the gameplay for both Wood and Steerville.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And at the end of this video, I might even miss himself because Epic Wings is doing offenses out of speed. Is actually supposed to be
and a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Jets now down 24-14. A little under 40 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down.
Which is just absolutely crazy, including the points. Originally, if you jumped out of points, you would not glide, so you would take hold of it. But now, you glide out of points. This was fixed in about not even an hour. Every game is so quick with format OG, and also the feedback.
Here's Taylor.
Was very mixed up quick, but now
it's caught. Mitchell.
Also, take a look.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
So terrible. We were deep in this opportunity, but now we have a beautiful background with Wyatt speed again.
Here's second down and 3.
This game looks fantastic. Also, here's a picture of the running ball if you have not seen it yet. Personally, my favorite
Taylor to throw. That's another incomplete to Mitchell. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. They like going to him with the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
This right here, working with that Infinity Blade.
This offense has had his troubles all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
It's good that Fortnite is actually self-aware and they understand that the OG mode can be forgiving. It even compete with their other game modes.
One last shot for Taylor.
Listen, guys,
now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.
You